What's up guys, it's AV and today we're going to be going over the best and the worst Power League skins currently in the game. There are currently 16 Power League skins and I asked you guys in a poll to vote for which one is the best. And we got nearly 13,000 responses. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video with number 16. At number 16 on the list, we have Season 12's Crash Test Daryl with only 214 votes. Personally, I think this skin could have been put a little bit higher, but you know, it is what it is. It's your standard Power League skin with the works. Custom model, custom attack, custom super, custom animations, the whole 9 yards. I think his model looks pretty solid, and I like the little tire thingy he shoots out for his attack. The tire mark his super leaves behind looks pretty nice, but it only looks nice if you use his super vertically. The losing animation is pretty average. Nothing too special about it. Overall, it's not that great of a skin in my opinion compared to the other Power League skins. But for Daryl, I would say this skin is pretty good since he doesn't have a lot of skins. All of the Power League skins also come with a custom pin, so that's an added bonus. If I had to get a skin for Daryl, I would definitely consider Crash Test. I give the skin a 3 out of 5. On to number 15. At number 15, we have Postal Brock from Season 13 with 341 votes. This is by far the most awful, terrible, horrendous. This is the worst Power League skin in my opinion. It's literally just Brock with a hat, some glasses, and a box. With the skin, they've made little to no changes with his model, attack, and super. They just threw a box over his rocket and called it a day. You can barely even tell Brock has a skin on right now. Not to mention, this skin didn't even match the theme of Season 13. I can't think of any other word to describe the skin other than a disgrace. However, I do think the winning animation is pretty cool, and that's just about the only good thing about this skin. Save your bling and gems and do not buy this skin. You're better off using Brock's default model. But if you really want a skin for Brock, he has a lot of better options. I give this skin a 1 out of 5. On to number 14. Coming in at number 14, we have the latest Power League skin from Season 20, Mara Uber. Hey Siri, how do you pronounce this word?
Marauder.
Marauder? Hang on, I'm gonna Google what that means. So apparently marauder means a person who marauds. That definition was no help. Anyways, Marauder Maisie got 387 votes and is number 14. I do not like this skin. Alright, both her attack and super are pretty lame. The model is worse than her default. They got rid of her cool popcorn hair and replaced it with this funny looking mohawk. This is definitely one of the more disappointing Power League skins. If you didn't get Jungle Queen Maisie from Season 18, this skin is gonna be your only option. I mean, there is Tech Maisie, but come on, who's gonna use that? If I had 5,000 bling or 150 gems, I would use it on a better skin like Crash Test Daryl and just use default Maisie, because there are a lot of skins for other brawlers that are better than this one. 2 out of 5. On to number 13. Number 13 is Waspo from Season 11. This skin got 511 votes. Pretty okay skin, IMO. There's not a whole lot to say about this one. The custom pin that comes with this skin is pretty neat, which I guess makes up for the lackluster attack and super animations. It's basically just his normal attack and super animation with a few droplets of honey here and there. But at least they tried to do something different with his attack and super instead of just throwing a cardboard box over it. I don't really like his losing animation, but you know, it gets the job done. I would say the skin is the definition of mediocrity. It's not overly good or bad, it's just mediocre. I think if they just added a little more pizzazz to his attack and super, this skin would be a lot better than just okay. I would buy this skin, and I did buy this skin, so it's not that bad. I would give this skin a 2.5 out of 5, but I don't want to start using fractions, so I'm just gonna round up to a 3 out of 5. Next up is number 12. Number 12, we have Smuggler Penny from Season 5 with 634 votes. I wish this skin did get a little bit higher than number 12 because it is the first ever Power League skin, so it's more exclusive than the rest. I'm certain this is my favorite skin for Penny, and not just because she only has 4 skins. Both her attack and super look really sick and original, and I'm so glad they didn't just throw a cardboard box over this one, because just look at how great this skin turned out. I may be a little biased because the skin has a lot of green and purple, but even if they weren't my favorite colors, I'm pretty sure I'd still think this skin is awesome. I'm honestly surprised you guys didn't rate this skin higher. For those of you who did play Power League during Season 5 and unlocked the option to purchase this skin but haven't purchased it already, what are you doing? Why haven't you bought this skin yet? Alright, don't be like AV guys and not buy this skin. If you can get it, then get it. I don't care if you have to spend bling, gems, or money, whatever it takes for you to get this skin. That is how good it is. I'm giving this skin a 5 out of 5, as well as the AV approval status, because because Smuggler Penny is AV approved. On to number 11. Lawless Lola from season 14 is number 11 on the list with a not so impressive 686 votes. The only reason I bought this skin was so that I could flex owning it within the first week of it being available, but now I wish I just bought Smuggler Penny instead, because there isn't really anything special about this skin. Everything about Lawless Lola is just except for her improvised attack. The teal and gold wolves look really nice. This skin is like gas station food. It's good enough. Kitsune Lola and Rebel Lola may be better than this skin, but that doesn't make Lawless Lola a bad skin. I would say it's slightly above average. If you had to get a skin for Lola, this one would be a pretty solid pick, but only if you're using improvised. If you're gonna use Sealed with a Kiss, or you just don't have a star power for Lola, you should invest in Kitsune instead, because without the teal and gold attack, this skin's just gonna be boring. Whatever you do, just don't get Galaxy Storm Lola. It may be cheaper, but sometimes you gotta go with quality over quantity. Lawless Lola gets a 3 out of 5. Moving on to number 10, we're down to the top 10 Power League skin. And 10th on the list, we got Stone Troll Lou from season 19 with 753 votes. This skin is pretty interesting. The model actually reminds me of the trolls from Hilda, if you guys know what Hilda is. Colors on the skin are pretty bland, but it still looks pretty nice. The little birds Lou throws out for his attack are very cool. Definitely one of the coolest Power League skin attacks. However, I am not rocking with the super at all. Everything else about this skin is awesome, but the super just isn't doing it for me. Maybe if it were a lighter shade of blue, like all of other Lou's skin supers, it would look a little better, but I don't think they're gonna recolor his super just because I don't like it. Either way, the skin is still good, and personally, I think it's Lou's best skin. All of his other skins are so boring, but this skin was definitely worth the 60 Power League wins. The winning and losing animations alone make me want to buy this skin. I'm gonna go ahead and give Stone Troll Lou a 4 out of 5. Coming up next on the list is number 9. We got Jet Ski Jackie at number 9 on the list with 841 votes, and this skin's from season 7. About Jet Ski Jackie.
I mean, it's alright, like, overrated as in my opinion. I mean,
I don't know why you guys love this skin so much. It may be her best skin, but choosing a best skin for Jackie is like choosing between playing Poco on Solo Showdown or playing Edgar in a 3v3 mode. The choices aren't great, but one is better than the other. Don't get me wrong, it's a decent skin, but I don't think it deserves to be so high on the list. Her attack and super effects are extremely brief, and they don't leave anything lingering on the map like some other skins do. But the attack and super do have custom sound, which a lot of skins don't have, so I gotta give credit where due. I would say this skin is a hit and a miss. Parts of it are really good and stand out, while other parts are really average and just blend in. I don't know. 3 out of 5. Heading over to number 8 on the list. Oh man, we're at number 8 on the list. Halfway through all the Power League skins. Number 8 is Wizard Byron from season 8 with 891 votes. Whole lot of 8s. Speaking of Byron, I'm totally doing a Ringmaster Byron giveaway, and you guessed it, I'm giving away 8 skins. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only giving away 3 skins, which is technically 8 just sliced in half. But back to the skin. I will be giving away 1 here on YouTube, 1 on my Instagram, and 1 on my Twitter. For the YouTube giveaway, all you have to do to enter is look in the description or look at the pinned comment for a link to a Google form. Then just respond to the forum with either your Discord username, Instagram username, X username, Twitter, or your email address. And that's it. But don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff for extra double good luck with winning this giveaway. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the video. Wizard Byron, very cool skin. I like everything about this skin except for the losing animation. I'm giving Wizard Byron a 4 out of 5, which converts to an 8 out of 10. That was the last 8, I promise. Moving on to number 7. Number 7 on this list is Nia and Nita from season 10. This is the first skin to get over 1,000 votes with 1,020. Nia and Nita is near perfection. This used to be my favorite skin for Nita prior to this update. It's a close second to Tusk Nita now, but second is still pretty good. This skin is fantastic with a capital F. Nita and her bears model are spectacular. The colors on this skin go together like salt and pepper. I have never ever in the history of forever seen 4 colors pair up so perfectly without flaw ever in my life, and that's just the model alone. The attack is mwah, chef's kiss. The retro arcade-like fire that she shoots out is beautifully designed. Don't even get me started on the super. That super is an absolute wonder. Scribbles that she throws goes out, trailed by some retro arcade-like fire, is just marvelous. It's almost how default Nita's super used to be before they changed the scribbles to a bear paw, but I always like the scribbles better. Out of all 16 Power League skins, this one is my favorite. Also, the pin that comes with this is just as good as the skin. The only thing stopping me from giving this skin a 5 out of 5 is the lack of custom animation. This is the only Power League skin that doesn't have any custom winning or losing animation, and is probably for the best, or else this skin would have been too good. But nonetheless, Nita is still magnificent. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 as well as my approval. It is absolutely insane how incredible this skin is. Let's move on to number 6. Okay, number 6, Season 18's Jaguar Spirit Mag with 1,045 votes. This is a pretty good skin. It's got green, it's got gray, it's got gold, and apparently that's all you need to make a good skin, not a cardboard box. But yeah, Jaguar Spirit Mag is pretty fly. This is quite possibly her best skin, though it is a tough choice between this and Monster Truck Mag, since they both look cool and have a lot to offer. But after some careful consideration, I think I'm gonna say that Jaguar Spirit is the better skin, solely because of its exclusivity. But looking past that, you can't really go wrong with either option. The only option you can go wrong with is Beetle Meg. That skin lacks in more ways than I can count, and Megalodon just isn't worth its price. I mean, does this skin look like it's worth 200 gems? It really makes you wonder who's in charge of pricing the skins over at Supercell. Don't get the dollar store quality skin, and don't get the extremely overpriced skin. You'll get more bang for your buck with these two options. Get Jaguar Spirit if you can. If you can't, get Monster Truck. It'll be just as good. I'm giving Jaguar Spirit Mag a 5 out of 5. It's a good skin, and there isn't really anything wrong with it. If you need a skin for Meg, this is the one you should get. Moving on to number 5 on this list. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Mariposa Piper from Season 17 is at number 5 with 1,063 votes. Fun fact, Mariposa is actually the Spanish word for butterfly, and I thought Mariposa was an actual kind of butterfly, but now I know. The devs did a pretty good job with this skin. Without her poofy dress and her blonde bun, she almost looks like an entirely different Brawl. This skin is such an interesting, fresh take on Piper. Definitely one of my top 3 favorite skins for her. My favorite being Lunar Piper, of course. With bangs like that, I just don't see how any other skin could compare. Also, she has a cool walking animation that none of her other skins have. But anyways, Mariposa Piper, very cool skin. I like how her attacks change color the further they go. I mean, Lunar Piper has color changing attacks too, but Mariposa Piper is exclusive, so get this skin if you like exclusivity and butterflies. If you can live without them, then I would personally get Lunar Piper. It's just the better skin. I'm gonna give Mariposa Piper a 4 out of 5. Next up on the list, number 4. Saloon 8-Bit is number 4 on this list. The skin is from Season 6 and has 1,070 votes. I have no idea how or why this skin was so highly rated. In case you didn't know, skins back then used to really suck. I'm talking no custom attack or super or animations or anything. The only thing that would be different would be the brawler model. They would change that, then they would sell the skin for 150 gems. Just for comparison, these newer super rare skins have more value than legendary skins that were released 3 years ago. Just look at Saloon 8-Bit Super. It's exactly the same as his default super except for the turret in the middle. And the same goes for his attack. They just threw a couple music notes in there and passed it off as something new. Now, if you look at the 8-Bit Super and attack, it is entirely different from their defaults, and the skin altogether is worth more than what it's selling for. While Saloon 8-Bit has less than half the value and is selling for double of its worth. I get that this is the only Power League skin to have custom voice lines, but that's really all this skin has to offer, and I don't think voice lines alone is enough to get a skin put this high on the list. Saloon 8-Bit gets a 3 out of 5 in my eyes, mainly because the standards for the quality of skins have increased over the years. When this skin came out 2 years ago, I thought it was awesome, but now I just think it's lackluster. But you know, it is what it is. Proceeding to number 3 on the list. We're down to the top 3 Power League skins, and Pinata Ash is number 3. This skin got 1,101 votes and is from Season 16. I'm just gonna say, out of all the Power League skins, this one is the best. Not my favorite, which is the aforementioned Mia and Nita, but the best. Alright guys, I crunched the numbers, I ran the data, I did the research, and according to my calculations, Pinata Ash is the best Power League skin, value-wise. This skin offers more value than all the other Power League skins do. For starters, the special pin that comes with this skin is like 3 pins in one. A happy pin, a sad pin, and of course, a special pin. It also serves as a neutral pin for the skin. By far the most value I've seen come out of a single pin. Alright, I'm gonna stop myself there and dial it back on the compliment because I literally don't have enough footage to talk about how great this skin is. But the model, the attack, the super, the winning and losing animation, all of it is outstanding. They really went above and beyond with making this one. Pinata Ash is stupid good. So stupid good that I gotta go over the rating limit and give it a 6 out of 5. And it goes without saying that a rating this high is clearly entitled to my approval. Definitely buy this skin. Next up, number 2. If you can recall what I said 3 seconds ago, we're at number 2 on the list. And at number 2, we have Director Buzz from Season 9. Just barely edging out Pinata Ash with 4 additional votes, totaling at 1105. This is a pretty basic skin, but it's a cool basic skin. And I know for a lot of people, this is their favorite skin for Buzz. I just so happen to be one of those people. But anyways, Director Buzz's attack and super aren't too shabby. They're definitely an upgrade from their defaults, but I think they missed out on the opportunity to give them custom sound effects. Actual custom sound effects, not just doubled up default audio. Since the skin has a movie theme, they could have made his attack sound like a movie clapboard, and they could have made the super sound like a movie reel. Here's a quick prototype I made so you can get a better idea of what I'm describing. Even without these sound effects, I still like the skin for the most part. I just think it would have been icing on the cake to have it. I'm gonna go ahead and give Director Buzz a score of 4 out of 5. Maybe if they hadn't missed the opportunity for custom sound effects that makes sense, I would have gone for a 5 out of 5. But that's on them. Let's move on to the final and highest rated skin on this list. We went through 15 seasons and 15 skins and finally made it to the number 1 Power League skin. Believe it or not, Inspector Colette from season 15 is number 1 on this list, just barely beating Director Buzz with 1,110 votes. While I don't agree with this skin being number 1, I gotta admit it's still a nice skin. It's no competitor to Trixie Colette, but second place will do. The skin itself is okay. I'm just not a fan of the winning and losing animation. I find them overly excessive. Personally, I prefer some simpler animations. But what are you gonna do? Going back on what I said though, in-game the skin is pretty good looking. The attack?
Nice.
The super?
Nice.
The model?
Nice.
All of those are valid, but I'm not gonna get over those animations. They're definitely gonna affect the final score. Now, I've thought long and hard about this one, and I have decided to give Inspector Colette a 3 out of 5. Sorry guys, but they can't all be winners. And with that, this video comes to a conclusion. Every single Power League skin ranked and rated from best to worst. Inspector Colette is the best, and Crash Test Daryl is the worst. I didn't agree 100% with some of the placements these skins got, but the majority of them were more or less close enough to where I would have placed them. Quick disclaimer, and I know I'm using that word wrong, but I started working on this video at the beginning of season 20, when there were only 16 Power League skins. So the poll I made didn't feature Cobra Lola or Boss Rico, but I will briefly give my opinion on them. Cobra Lola, I hate it more than Postal Brock, 0 out of 5. Worst Power League skin ever. Also, why did they give Lola 2 Power League skins? Final Boss Rico, it looks extremely mediocre, 2 out of 5. I won't be spending my currency on it. Well, that does it guys, I'm finished. Subscribe and stuff, and don't forget to enter my giveaway. I'll be picking a winner before season 21 ends. Goodbye.